It's the first ever official ministerial delegation from the United Arab Emirates to ever visit Israel publicly, and the trip, scheduled to last just 5 hours after touchdown, will include bilateral talks with the goal of implementing the Abraham Peace Accords signed in Washington last month. The UAE Economy Minister and Finance Minister leading the Emirati mission joined at Ben Gurion Airport by their Israeli and American counterparts. Passengers on the historic Etihad Airways jet applauding and celebrating their flight from Abu Dhabi. And Captain Naim Al-Ameri likewise blessing the trip, as shown in video uploaded to social media from on board.
Let's begin by saying this is a historical moment for UAE country and Israel, and we are looking for a better future within the region.
Now, for the ceremony itself, the official meet and greet at the airport was shortly followed by speeches from Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu, United States Treasury Secretary Steve Mnuchin, UAE Finance Minister Obaid Humaid Al-Tayer, and others. Prime Minister Netanyahu, for one, saying that today we're making history that will stand for generations.
Once again, I welcome all our guests from the United Arab Emirates and from the United States. We shall remember this day a glorious day of peace.
Then, after speeches, the Israeli premier produced documents to be signed, the first being for the promotion and protection of investments, and the second being a memorandum of understanding on innovation in science and technology. But that's not all. A $3 billion investment fund between Israel, the UAE, and the US, appropriately titled the Abraham Fund, was also announced alongside several other agreements. The most exciting of which, however, is probably the agreement to sign visa exemptions with the UAE, the first such agreement between Israel and an Arab state, despite existing peace agreements with Jordan, Egypt, and now Bahrain. This means that citizens from both Israel and the UAE will be allowed to enter each other's countries without the red tape of applying for a visa.